I'm in a 2002 Honda Integra, or for the Yanks, an Acura RSX. I've got a floppy passenger side vanity mirror. So I'm going to show you how to take it off and fix it. So you got to get to these clips first up. I've already unscrewed these, so I'm trying to work backwards here, but I'll show you in a sec. So as it turns out, this bit in the center is what stays, and then this outside is just a cover. So you can pry at it with a trim tool if you got one, or just with a flathead. It comes off pretty easily once you get it. Like, I can use my fingers now that I have it off. But you won't have too much difficulty with it. This is what the cover piece looks like. So it's got a little clip on each corner. It doesn't have corners, but I'll give you an idea. So it slides in like that, and then you can lever up from anywhere. But if you're just sliding a tool under there, then don't slide it in too far, because then you're just trying to be levering up this screwed in thing, which of course won't work. So just keep like a really shallow one either in there or like that. So once you have it off, it'll reveal these screws. So they are T25, or you can just use a flathead. I honestly think just use a flathead. They weren't tight, so don't worry about it. And then let's take it to the bench. I just think it's easier to take this vanity mirror off. So if you're just swapping the thing, then you're done. But if you're like me and you've got a floppy vanity mirror, then this is where you learn from my mistakes. So I use the pry tool on the sides, but do not do this. It is clipped in. It's actually like top, bottom. So prying from the sides will only stress the clips and make them break. You want to like put force on one side to like hinge it out one way or the other, because I just broke these clips. So let me try and show you. I think the one remaining clip on the top must be on this side. So I can hinge it out from the bottom here. So I think almost all cars have very similar things. So I've busted that one, but these are still intact. Notice how there's no clips on the side. Even the ones that I've broken, they're not clips that attach it back to the visor. They are to retain the pins. So actually, these little strips, I think, are the solution. If you just push them down, I found mine were both up like this. So I'll demonstrate. Floppy just does whatever. And then if I just push these strips down, they're like little bits of spring steel. I think they sit there. I don't know if that's just why, because I've broken them. But now it doesn't flop open, and I'll see if I can do with one hand. That feels too tight. So I think they need to go up a little bit. Like, maybe like that. You'll get a feel for it. You'll feel how much pressure needs to be on a tiny little hinge for a mirror, so it's not a lot. And then your girlfriend will be chuffed that she can finally do her makeup in the car. So that has got a pretty good amount of resistance. I think that will stay up pretty fine. and then it's just slipped back because the pins are broken. So I'm going to super glue these back together and hope it works. Otherwise I'll order something fresh. But yeah, main takeaway, that's what you leave her at. Use the softer stuff you have, but you can get away with a flathead there if you want. And for these clips, don't leave her on the sides, leave her on the top and on the bottom. And just bear in mind the shape, but that's what you want so you don't break them. Excuse the camera angle, I've got you on top of a can of degreaser, but I was just looking in more detail at how these work. So these are the clips, if I can get it to focus on me. These are the clips that are used to hold the pin. And I noticed, so they have this little punched out bit that, so that is meant to sit behind this broken piece and sit in there. So that, yeah, so that little notch is meant to prevent it from, it sits like happily there and it would come out like that. And I also noticed, I'll try and zoom down on it. These are cracked for me. So I actually think what happened is that I didn't break these two little clips. I definitely did break this one that sits here, but I think what's happened is that for whatever reason, the resistance has become, like, it must have slipped or something and become too strong. And then before I got the car, it's been like this. So I think the crack has gone, like someone's put on the visor and then that's cracked, and it's probably also broken off these little bits here too. So I think it's actually not my doing. But I'm thinking that maybe the super glue won't hold it in because it's got like force coming out. So I don't know. I might just try to super glue it, see if it holds. Some of these cracks, I'm sus about them, but they don't seem, and it's not fully apart. So maybe I'll drop some glue on there too, see if it lasts. Otherwise I'll order something fresh. But if you're having the same issue, the same thing might have happened. Maybe it got forced at one point and it's maybe worth just buying a new one. I don't know the availability of new ones, so that's why I'm thinking about it. So I've super glued these parts back on, this one, and on the other side this one, and I slid these little like spring clips back in there, so there's like, it's caught underneath there so that they shouldn't slide out anymore. Also super glued this back on, so I'll reassemble it and report back. Just a tip for reassembly: when you don't have anything screwed in there, you can use this retainer to hold it there whilst you get your bolts ready and stuff. So that's all reinstalled. The little cover stays up now. How good is that? This is a super satisfying job for me because it's been like that the whole time I've been in the car, so 6 years or so, and I didn't have to buy anything, just had some super glue on hand. Massive win.